welcome. May look a little different today because I am trying out a brand new tripod. So the other way that I was doing it was really makeshift kind of thing, just taking a box and filming it above the picture. So actually it worked, obviously, for 50 videos I did. So I just want to welcome you to another episode on the spot, and perhaps a little different angle, different view. Some of you might got used to the other view and everything, but we're still working. I'm still working on how it's gonna look and everything. So we're gonna continue on this robot. Again, it's done in hot press paper, so still very much of a challenge to try to figure out how we're going to get it to where, I'm used to it, but we'll see how it goes. I'm very excited to have maybe a new way to get the artwork out here, and then have a little tripod, and then kind of grows from there, Okay. So again, I'm just trying to build up the colors here with the robot. Excuse me. I hope you guys are doing okay. Thank you for anybody who's subscribed to my channel. Just welcome to another episode of On the Spot. Again, this is a little bit challenging because I'm used to the cold press paper, when you finish a painting. So, but let's see how this goes today. Well, originally I started this channel, this episode, to challenge myself to do something different or new, or take on something new, and so this is really what I am doing. So okay, so a little frustration trying to figure out what colors I'm going to use. That's okay. So pull from a little purple. Hope you're able to see this from the angle that you're at, so I don't have to worry about shaking the table as much. It's kind of a nice thing to do. I don't have to worry about that as so what I'm trying to do is trying to get the shape in here, basically, and I work in the colors. I mean, watercolors are very fun and challenging at the same time. So if you've tried your hand at watercolor, and you might feel like, oh my gosh, I got, you were frustrated. But a lot of times, with that frustration, if you just keep at it, you'll learn how to improve better, get better, and what you could do to improve, your watercolor skills. And it's just just have to stay at it, just try to, if it's possible, just don't give up on it, just keep trying, and you'll succeed, I feel, in your own way, that you won't, just continue life throws a lot of things at us at times, and if we can go into this world to paint, to create, you know, to make things as an escape, it's great, because we all need something to, focus our mind and attention to. And you might have a lot of things going on in your life, or there might be just a lot of changes happening, and that's. So I have a little white in here, white paint. So what's happening is it's turning this color almost kind of lavender purple, which is really weird. It's not what I wanted to do. I don't really want to go in that color range. So. Yeah, it's very different. The hot press paper compared to the cold press, but I see a lot of potential in the hot press, as I said before. It's just I got to figure it out what's going to work best with me. What I'm used to doing with the cold press. It's not exactly working the same as the hot press, when is working on the hot press papers. So that's why I'm finding a little bit different challenge. So. But thank you for joining me, and that's you're in the middle of it doing this painting, trying to make this work out. But ultimately, you encounter whatever you do in your artwork, you're going to encounter some difficulties. All of us do, and things are not going to go as planned, or it's not going to be as good as you really wanted it to be, or what you thought it was going to be. But you take that and you go, okay, that really wasn't what I planned. But then you use that, whatever you decided, that didn't seem to work out like you wanted to, but then you turn it around and make it into something really good. So. Alright. It may not be for a little while that I'll do some other painting. I just have to see yet, because might be a little busy in the next few days. So I just wanted to definitely get a YouTube channel here, a video going to kind of continue this painting here. So. Okay. So what I'm trying to do is build up, if you notice, trying to really bring this into completion in some way. Just try to get this, his head, fill in the colors, but not just to fill them in. You don't. It's not like I'm trying to think of things like we always think, oh, we're just trying to finish everything and color it in. At the same time, I'm trying to bring the textures in. I'm trying to bring the details in. I'm trying to, And tonight, I just feel like I'm having a little struggle with the kind of paints I'm using. So, trying to pull a little bit of purple and blue, but I might have to pull from this palette here. So let's see what we're gonna get over here. So, yeah, you're right here watching me we're painting. So if I encounter a problem, it's right here. It's videotaped, or I wouldn't consider it a problem. I just consider it a little frustration, a little bit of maybe it's not going in the direction I really was hoping that it would go into. Now, the nice thing with the tripod is, as long as I'm still in the picture, I can actually turn the paper a little bit more how I would probably paint it. Sorry, it's turned kind of upside down in your angle, but I'll try not to do that for you guys. What I'm trying to do is give that kind of I want to bring out the details. I want the kind of, I'm looking for that pop kind of thing, that kind of something to get that color to make it just stand out and just, that whatever it is. And the tendency to work really dark is there, but the problem with that is you got to be careful. You don't want to make it too dark to the point where you can't lighten it up, because especially watercolor, your lights are really important. You can't, I don't know. So I don't know, but I'm just trying to say what I'm trying to say is that if you go too much, you're going to really just take away from that painting, the watercolor painting. So that's what I was trying to say. I don't mean to say I don't know. I'm just trying to say, you get it. Anyway. Thank you for bearing with me. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Now, see, I kind of lost the shadow there. So. Let's see. There we go. I'm trying to bring a little more attention to the visor here. Okay. That's one thing when you do like time-lapse videos or something like that. I have some time-lapse ones. The amount of time you're spending to do, something, it takes a while. It takes a while to figure out, okay, this, how am I going to do this part? How am I going to make this one work? You know, how am I going to add this texture? How am I going to make it, you know? So that's what you're trying to do, and you don't see that a lot of times in the time lapse, you know, because it's the artist might be doing that, but you're not. You're seeing it form right before you, and so it's pretty awesome when you do watch those time lapse videos. It's just I like to try to have you guys join me and just say we're like in the middle of doing a actual painting. It's kind of like live for. Okay. Trying to think of what robot function this one would have. Perhaps it's a scout or something. Kind of a. What purposes would it have in the Age of War Watercolor world? You know. Again, that story is sort of evolving as it goes maybe further on. If I develop it more into a kind of comic book form, I need to figure out, you know, what direction is the storyline going. You know, there's a lot of different stories about technology and taking over or existing. So yeah, we're starting to form it, starting to work out. We're trying to get the arms and legs here. So again, we're maybe if you join me next time on this, I might be further along on it than I was tonight. And again, this video looks a little different because I'm using a tripod, but it's I'm very happy about it actually. I'm glad that it's actually in place. I feel like I'm stepping up in, you know, with my channel, try to bring you guys more, you know, better equipment to film, and try to bring you better projects and better paintings, you know. So this one, I'm happy with it, but I'm also at the same time I'm kind of like, you know, I can't do this. I don't know. It's like I kind of feel limited because, you know, I did this painting here, so I was pretty happy with this one because this was it has texture. It was a cold press, and I was pretty familiar how the paint's going to turn out and how the paper is going to turn out with this. So I pretty much knew, you know, there wasn't really that much frustration involved with this one, but this one, it's a little different. It's sort of like, I'm not like unhappy with it, but I'm also at the same time, I'm not getting the same effects that I would get. I would do the same things I would do with cold press, but I'm not getting the same results. And it's partly frustrating because I don't know. It's kind of like it's the unknown. You know, you're going into doing something you haven't done before. You're working with a different kind of paper. But there's so many things. I mean, it's like so many things that I can see that it's really good. I can really work with. I have to learn, and just in reality, that's how you learn. I mean, I couldn't. For instance, when I was in high school, I tried doing chalk pastels, and I just was really horrible at it at first. I was trying and trying and trying, and eventually, I just kept trying. I kept figuring it out, and eventually, I was able to figure it out, and I was able to do portraits and stuff like that. I haven't done portraits as much in watercolor because it's once you put on the paper, it's really harder to change. Pastels, you can just literally wipe off the whole what you just did and go over it again. So, and you know, so to that same degree, I'm learning this paper. I'm relearning. I have to relearn Or like if you follow me on my Instagram page, as I'm doing more sketches or pen and ink sketches, but that's something I'm learning too. You know, I don't really do work with pen and ink as much, but I'm finding it, you know, I have to learn. I have to learn what can I do to make this better? How can I make this better? What can I do? And you're constantly teaching yourself. You're constantly making yourself, or when you watch other videos, you kind of learn from them, or whatever it is that you're trying to learn. You're trying to make yourself better, and that's what you got to do as an artist. I hope you can. So I'm hoping you guys are enjoying me with this video tonight. I mean, it's a little different angle. I'll work on the, you know, just to see how the quality is going to be. Hopefully it'll be good. Has a little lighting on my tripod, so it's really happy with that, along with the lighting that I'm using from the desk light. So again, it's coming along on this robot. I may work on it further, and then you guys just kind of join me as I'm just doing the finishing touches to it. I don't know how much further along with it I'm going to go, because there is just the arms and the body. What else could you do to make it look, you know, you're trying to bring that pop to it, bring it to life. So again, thank you for joining me tonight on the spot. Again, I may not get back to you for just a little while. I just have to see. I'm really just kind of busy the next few days and just with things, and I just hopefully get back to you. It might be a little bit different with this tripod, or a different, you know, area that I'll be working in, but just hopefully you guys will get and I encourage you guys to subscribe. Forgive me for any rambling on and stuff like that. Partly today was I'm a little bit frustrated with the paper because I'm just learning how to get it worked out, but I'm still very happy with it and there's potential. And thank you for joining me on the spot, and have a very good night.